reality. We want them to work hard. We want them to work for what they got. And we want them to learn how to celebrate each other, celebrate themselves, and be proud of it and come back again next year and work even harder. We have a few awards that we're going to give out. This year, a little different. We're going to do some things a little different. We do have an award that we would not be giving out. And the reason why I'm telling about the award that we won't be giving out, to tell you about what the award is. And this is called the Soaring Eagles Award. Our Soaring Eagles Award, if you've been on the track team, you're familiar with what it is. If this is your first year, just to tell you a little bit about it. But that's the most prestigious award that we give out. And it's the child, it's hard work, attitude, determination, putting in work, on and off the track, teamwork, all of that. And we're not saying, what do you say? Being a role model, basically. And we're not saying that no one exemplified that this year. That's not why we're not giving it out this year. Now we didn't give it out a year because of that reason, but we didn't give it out this year because it was just a lot going on. And we felt like that this wasn't that year because of with COVID and all that stuff. We want everybody to have that fair shake at those, if that makes sense. But we do have some awards kind of similar too. So I want to kind of explain that so you guys will know to shoot for the Soaring Eagles Award when you come back. Again, that's being a role model, listening, being able to lead and lead by example. That's huge. So we're going to give out our first award we have. You guys remember, how many of you remember Pledge of Prayer? I know what that is. Somebody other than thee and this group, tell me what Pledge of Prayer is. Derek, I saw your hand up. You want to talk? Anybody want to tell me what? It could be an adult. You don't have to be an athlete. So nobody knows what Pledge of Prayer is?
Isn't it the thing on the back of the shirt? Or like on the
No.
Oh, no.
It's when you ask family members or friends to choose whichever prayer from that list. I can't remember the number. I think it's over 20. And they basically say that they're going to pray this prayer for the athlete every day. And I think it was $5. I think $5 per prayer. Scripture, actually, for scripture.
She's in the ballpark. Basically, our Pledge of Prayer is the list of prayers that we give our athletes. And what we're doing is asking for them to go to their friends and family members to rally up support. Yeah, it's a fundraiser for us, but the most important thing about the Pledge of Prayer, not necessarily is the fundraising, is to get that support. We give it to you early on so you can start rallying up that support. And we want these individuals, you go into them and say, hey, Grandma Sally, I'm on this track team, and I want you guys to pray for me while I'm on this track team. As a commitment to that, I want you to look at my sheet and find a prayer that you like. It doesn't necessarily have to be the prayer that you pray every day for me, but a prayer that you like, and give me a donation. And the donation is just signifying a symbolism of I'm supporting you. And so the athletes take this sheet. They have all these names on this sheet. Not this sheet, but on this sheet. And when they're feeling discouraged, they're feeling down, maybe they didn't win their race or whatever, they're supposed to put it in their room or whatever they frequent every day, and they're supposed to look at this sheet and say, these are the folks who are supporting me. And it's to give them a little bit more encouragement. So it's not just for a fundraiser. Yeah, it helps the track team, but the reason why we push and drive that one is because of the meaning and the symbolism behind it. It's for them to rally and get that support from their family. Because we all know you can't do anything without a strong support system. You can't build a house without a strong support system. So you definitely can't go out and take on life without a strong support system. So that's what our Pledge of Prayer is. And so each athlete was tasked with taking their Pledge of Prayer and getting it filled out. and they keep the sheets, they turn the money in, and that's one of our fundraisers, and they take and go do it, basically. And that usually, is a good fundraiser for us, because if everybody works like together as a team, it's a good, chunk of change for the track team that we can do a lot of things with. So we had one individual that, raised the most for that, and we have a $10 gift card, for Chick-fil-A, and that's Tony. You don't want to come get your gift card?
Oh,
Why not?
she said
You are. Our next award, and we didn't do a whole lot of fundraisers. We did some fundraisers, but we couldn't do as many as we wanted to this year. We felt it, but God kind of worked that out. But that was the main one we did. I did want to share that. Our next award, we're going to give out our actual awards. Now, remember, I said we don't give out participation trophies, no. But this year, we are giving some medals out. And these are our medals. And it's not because of their participation, it's because these babies work hard. And not just on and off the track, but through this whole adversity thing, this whole COVID thing. I mean, some folks may say, oh, it's not a big deal, but it's a huge deal for these. It's a huge deal for us as adults, but it's really a huge deal for the athletes. They were very cooperative when, I was going around like a mad lady spraying sanitizer after every race and whatever. And see, come on. But making sure the hands stayed clean and all that stuff. But they worked hard, and I want every athlete will get one of these. And that's not because you're participating in Soaring Eagles, it's because you deserve it. And you're being a part of the team. Now, you won't see this every year, so just want to put that out there. But this year, they do deserve it. But I want to share that so you'll see us give this out after we give those out. So before we give each person their bags, we got a few awards that we will give out. Somebody's phone.
Oh, that's mine.
The first award we're giving out is Most Improved Award. Now, this award is evident, it's most improved. And it's the athlete that improves the most. And so this award goes to this individual because they worked hard. They didn't think they could do a whole lot of stuff. And each track meet, their times just kept coming down and coming down. And they were quiet, but they worked hard. And she looking back, because she already know. Like I said, we tell her story a little bit. When the first day she came out, I was a little nervous. Her arms and legs was going every way but the right way. But she worked hard. I asked her, I said, are you doing some things, outside, at home? And she kind of shrugged it off like she wasn't. Then I asked her mom and her dad, and they said, yeah, she's doing some stuff. And you can tell because the next practice, it was like she was totally different. I hope mom don't get mad at me saying this. Her mom said she was like a giraffe, a baby giraffe. And she did look like a baby giraffe. But she did awesome. So this goes to Tony. A giraffe? Really? award, and we usually have the same awards every year, so it's not like we go and just kind of make up awards. We have, most improved, outstanding achievement, an inspiring athlete, and then that Soaring Eagles Award. Those are the awards we give out. So, the Outstanding Achievement Awards, we have 3 individuals that this goes to. And these are individuals who actually made it to, they made it qualified for the national meet. Yep, Junior Olympics, basically. And so they worked hard, they worked hard on practice, and, but they made it, and they qualifying times. If you guys know, a lot of them, this year, they did it a little different.
This year they removed qualifications, so anybody could have went to the Junior Olympics. But these 3 individuals, had the qualifications been in place, they still would have qualified, so that's why they're receiving the Outstanding Achievement Award.
And those 3 awards go to Mr. Benjamin Smith.
Now, this little man, if I could just get him to run and stop smiling, he's the only sprinter I know who runs with a grin on his face. If he would, but if he would stop smiling, we'll be good to go.
And he gotta continue to work hard, stop listening to these teenagers.
Yeah. Don't let them write your story.
Erase them. Well, Kale's not here today, he's at work. So,
I'll
yeah.
accept his award on his behalf.
And Zamiria Simpson.
So I did want to add, just so they know, Ben, even though he didn't go to the Junior Olympics, he qualified in the 100 meter, and was it the 200 meter dash also?
I think so.
And the 200 meter also. Mikhail qualified in the long jump, and then Zamiria qualified in 100 and 400 meter hurdles. So we've been telling her all year to run 400 meter hurdles. She didn't want to do it until the qualifying meet, and then she ran it and qualified. So,
It hurt too.
and it hurt.
It hurt bad.
She wanted to add that it hurt.
And the last award we have is Inspiring Athlete Award. This athlete pretty much brought it at practice. They came ready to work, motivated the team, got mad at folks when they weren't working and tried to pump and motivate them. And it showed. And I'll be honest, it's a little difficult for us to give these awards out sometimes because we have children on the team. But when they earn it, they earn it. And so this one is Zamiria, Inspiring Athlete. This girl got sick a couple of times, not like COVID sick, but heat stroke kind of sick because she didn't want to stop practicing. And we have to, even Coach Sensei had to tell her, like she don't listen to us, had to tell her, no, you gotta stop. And she motivate and push the guys. She's not gonna let them guys outrun her. And she's not. And she's going, and she pushes the guys, and I love it because the guys don't want her to outrun her. Derek, he's right on them. He ain't gonna let, he don't like that she's a girl. He ain't thinking about it. She's older, it's the fact that she's a girl, and I love it that they push and motivate each other. So I'm still looking for you, Derek. I want you to keep doing it.
I did want to add right quick on Zamiria, and I don't know how many other kids know, but another part of the reason we gave her that award is because when school is in session, she's practicing 3 times a day sometimes. She practices with her school, then she comes to Chavis, she practices with her hurdle coach, and as soon as she's done with her hurdle coach, she comes over and works our practice, and we're like, see, you practiced twice already, stop. I'm like, no, I gotta keep running. I gotta show these boys who I am.
Whatever
Quote,
motivates
unquote.
y'all. So we appreciate that. So now we're gonna give out, each one of you guys have gifts and goodies. And they're a little different, some of the things in your bag. Again, guys, I apologize, your Bibles aren't here yet. I promise you, you will get them if I have to drive them to your house myself, but you will get them. So, each one of you will get a certificate with, Soaring Eagles, logo and all this stuff in this sign. We usually put them in frames, but they can't find them. So, and that's another thing, COVID got that, it was hard even trying to find his paper. So, but each athlete would get this certificate along with the medal, because again, we appreciate you guys. You guys came and worked, and you guys worked through it all. So we're gonna start out, there's no particular rhyme or reason, but we want you guys to look in your bags, because you guys got stuff in your bags. Not a whole lot, but just something to show that we appreciate you guys, and we're glad to have you guys on our team. So, we'll start with Mr. Ben. I really want you to look at one particular thing in your bag. You ain't gotta show everybody, but I want you to look at it. Your mom and daddy know exactly what it is. Miss Tony. Mr. Christian. This dude grew like 8 feet in like 2 days. Mr. Derek. That's my simple man right here. You gonna take on that? Yep. Samaria. And Kylie and Kyla aren't here today. They had a they know. And Tristan's not here today. And then we cannot not recognize our coaches. We thank our coaches. Oh my goodness, if it was not for them, we could not do this. I'm gonna just talk about them all. Mr. I'm not even gonna call him Mr. Larry. Coach Sensei. It's weird calling him Mr. Larry. His name is Mr. Larry, y'all, if y'all don't know. But, Coach Sensei, phenomenal. Thank you. There's been plenty of times you didn't even have to come out because you don't have a dog in the fight. But you came out because you have a passion for the sport and a passion for the kids, and we appreciate that. And Miss Alice, we appreciate you allowing him to let us use him. So we put a little bit of something in your bag too, in your bag for Miss. Did I say that right? Your bag for Miss Alice. Right. And we also give our coaches materials, educational materials like devotions and things like that, because they gotta, we gotta keep pouring into them. And Coach Wayne.
I'll bring it to you. Thank you.
And my husband. Okay, even though it's our team, but I mean, he does a lot. And normally I don't get a goodie bag for him or get him a bag or whatever, but this year I had to because it was a lot going on this year. And if you guys, I don't know if we had a chance to tell you the Florida story, but we almost been locked up in Florida, y'all. We'll tell y'all about that later.
Florida, so we was chance with scriptures on our back.
Right.
We about to fight.
Right. And it was just crazy. But just being patient with the kids. Long story short, this lady tried us. I mean, we was in Florida. Everybody out there was packed. We're at the Junior Olympics and all this stuff, and everything was chaotic. And so the lady, we're trying to hear what the people are saying because it was so disorganized. we're gonna do things very different when folks qualify. We'll talk about that, Coach Sensei.
Part of the problem was, before you got there, they said you had to have a COVID test, no problem. And then before we left, they sent an email saying, don't worry about the COVID test, we're gonna test every athlete every day.
No problem.
Not gonna happen when you got 6,000 kids at nationals. So, first event was supposed to start at 9 o'clock, we had to be there at 6:30 to get the COVID test. At 10 o'clock, we were still standing in line for a COVID test.
And
So,
some lady, we're trying to listen to find direction what we're supposed to do. And this lady comes up and we're just kind of standing there waiting, trying to stay in our little bubble because it's COVID with our mask on. And you know how you hear something but you don't really hear it? And the lady was saying, excuse me, but I didn't hear her say, excuse me. I don't know where she was going because she couldn't go anywhere. And then I hear her say, well, since you're gonna ignore me then, and then she comes through and do me and Mike both like that. So at that time, I started calling on Jesus, because I'm like, okay, I'm about to be Peter, because this ain't about to go down. And I know y'all don't know my sister, but my sister is always sitting on ready, boy. I tell you, I was talking to her on the phone, and me and the lady fussing, and my sister's like, who you talking to? Do I need to come down there? And by the time you get here, I done got arrested. I done got bailed out, and I'm on the way home. But it was just a mess out there. After we kind of fussed that lady out and told her what she's not gonna do, but no, we didn't cuss. We still stayed. We didn't cuss or anything like that, but we sure almost laid hands on her. But we end up not, it was a good day.
one of the few times Coach Mike got mad.
So I do want to give him a bag. The last thing I wanted to share with the athletes, I normally put these in your bags, but the reason why I didn't put these goodies in your bags is because some years I hear you guys say, oh, I forgot I had those. Oh, I didn't use them. Oh, I didn't know they were in my bag. And these are some hot commodity things, guys. These are some things that was donated to us from different vendors, different supporters. So if you want them, you have to come to me and get them. And give them to your parents or whatever until you're ready to use them. But it's for the athletes, and if I have any left over, if somebody want one, that's perfectly fine, but I know I don't have any left over. I may have some left over if they don't want them. So we have some Jersey Mike sub coupons where you get a free sub, and these are like gold in my house. We have some $5 off City Barbecue cards, and some of you guys may not want them, may not like them, and if y'all don't, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to get them, but if you want them, come to me. I have them in my pocket. You can get them. Zaxby's free sandwich meal from Zaxby's. And I think this one you either have to use in Holly Springs or at the Garner one for Zaxby's. Jersey Mike's, I think you can use at any one. I don't know. It has Cabela's, but I've used mine. They told me you can use them at any place. And City Barbecue, you can use those at anywhere, Cary, Durham, Garner. And then Chick-fil-A, I think it's a sandwich meal from Chick-fil-A or a nugget meal.
Don't worry about her when she's done running track.
So I have those, and if you want,
The other day and do a fit because I want to take her Christmas ring.
so I have those, and if you want them,
I know. That's what she was saying. I got my second shot. Go get my 2 free donuts.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
yeah. Okay, so I think that's all the awards that we have. The last thing I wanted to leave you guys with, we have plenty, also, I'm sorry, I also had candy apples made for you guys, the athletes. And if you don't want them, that is perfectly fine. I'd rather you give them to someone that do want them. So if you don't want yours, that's okay. Somebody else can come to me after the athletes and they can have their white chocolate covered candy apples or a candy pop thing. So I have these.
Everything we tell y'all not to eat during track season.
Yeah, so we wanted to give them to you now because you couldn't eat it during track season. And we have plenty of cake. Please, y'all, take some cake home. If you guys haven't seen our cake, we have two beautiful cakes. And it has our logo on it. I'm very excited about that. But we'll let you guys, if you want to take pictures of it, you can before we slice into it. But they're taking cake home. Anything else without further ado? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this with us. We enjoyed you guys. And again, we hope to see every single one of you next year. Man, that's what I'm talking about, boy. You don't put your shirt on. That's what I'm talking about. I like that. I like that. We gave them shirts. Huh? Yeah, I don't talk to him about it. Any questions? Any closing remarks?
No, but your theme running out. Your video.
Anybody?
You got 11 seconds.
I just like to say, I was so proud that y'all came here
Oh,
and had your celebration here.